Hi Cancer, welcome to your mid to end September 2019 general love reading. This is Mermaid Scales Tarot. Cancer, I just want to say before I get started with my reading, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. I've reached over 50,000 subscribers. Like, this is insane. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. And as a token of my gratitude, I will be giving out 2 decks of the Casanova Tarot deck that I've been using lately for my love readings. So if you're interested in entering a chance to win one of these decks, go ahead and check the description box of this video. It'll be under the link to the extended version that I'll be posting on Vimeo, so go ahead and check that out. Let's get started. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs of Cancer. Unfortunately, this is not going to resonate for every Cancer. I can't read for every single Cancer out there. It's just not possible. So if this doesn't resonate with you, Cancer, I suggest checking your rising, moon, and Venus signs, because depending on the planetary aspects in the sky, those signs may resonate with you more than your sun sign, as well as it'll just add some more information to your situation that you may find messages in those readings that you may not find here. Crosswatchers, hi, you're very welcome if you're interested in a Cancer. Just please keep in mind, Crosswatchers and Cancer, that I'm picking up on so many different energies. So if you feel like a certain situation should be reversed and the roles should be flipped, please feel free to do so. You're absolutely allowed to do that. Energy is fluid. Messages are said for those who need to hear them, and that's how my guides and my intuition prioritizes the messages that are provided during this reading. So just take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. What doesn't resonate was meant for someone else. Finally, we all have divine masculine and feminine energies within us. When I'm saying masculine or feminines, I'm referring to the energy, not the gender or sex. If anything is gender or sex specific that I see in the cards, I'll let you know. Alright, let's get started. Alright. Thought I was using that deck? Nope, using that one. Almost did though. I'm using a bit of a different spread here, so let's get started. Angels, spirits, and guides. What energy, what animal energy will Cancer be giving towards this connection and love for mid to end September 2019. What energy will Cancer be embodying in regards to love? Nightingale. Okay, Cancer. So your intuition's on point, Cancer. During this time, I feel like the Pisces full moon has really brought this huge purging within you, and now you see things so clearly. You understand things on a whole different level than you did before. For some of you, this was, a deep emotional purging. For some of you, this was an energy block that was lifted from you, from some sort of past, some sort of hurt, some healing. But whatever it is, Cancer, maybe you just need to continue this healing, continue this energy lifting, negative energy being lifted from you. Keep at it, because you're on the right path. And once you really have that full understanding of who you are and how you see people, and not just taking their words, but really feeling their energy for who they are and what they do for you as a whole, and within a connection and really with any relationship, you'll be able to guide others, Cancer. You'll be able to share your story, share your experiences, and use those experiences to really help yourself in future situations, as well as helping others. It's almost as if I'm hearing like you're on top of the world. I'm almost getting like, in my mind's eye, I'm seeing the World card. I feel like you're just really at a new level of closing something significant out of your life and entering a new stage. So Cancer, it's beautiful. This is an air energy, so you could have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius somewhere in your chart. But you're really, Cancer, you're true to who you are now, and you're not going to let people deceive you anymore. And I'm not saying you're gullible, but it's as if before someone would say something to you or do something that it just didn't feel right to you, but you were like, oh, maybe I'm overreacting, maybe I'm, you know, just misunderstanding, but you weren't, Cancer. And I feel like with whatever energy has been lifted to you, guided to you, has been given to you, that you now see things a lot more and feel things a lot more clearly than you may have before, and you're expressing that. You may be even like having a talk with someone that you're involved with, expressing something that maybe they did that didn't feel right to you, or you're just expressing more of your love or what you need in a relationship. What energy is the person who Cancer is connected with? What energy will they be portraying mid to end September? The Buffalo. Okay. So this person's very very strong in what they believe in. They may be a bit opinionated, but when, you know, they're not easy to change their mind of, and they're very formidable. They may have gone through a lot of things in their life which makes them very secure in what they want and what they don't want, to never have their foundations be shaken up like that again. This is an earth energy. Some of you could be dealing with someone that has, I'm seeing Taurus, but if it's not a Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, if it's not in their sun, it could be in their rising or their Venus signs, or even moon, but someone who's very, very strong, Cancer, almost as if, yeah, so I'm seeing this like lightning in the background. So they have definitely been through some things in their life, Cancer. And I don't think they express their emotions very easily, very well. They're very guarded, but they're very much in love with you. I mean, looking at how this buffalo is looking at this nightingale, they care for you a lot, Cancer. You may feel like it's not so much as, you know, poems and serenading and anything like that, but they do stuff in their own way that shows you that they do love you. Like, I don't know, when you're sick, they'll do the extra mile to go out and getting your favorite food type of things, or you know, making sure that when you're feeling down after a long day, they make sure to like watch your favorite TV show and just do things like that to cheer you up, where it may not be so groundbreaking as like a full-on, I don't know, romantic liaison, whatever, but it's enough. And I feel like they see you for your change now, Cancer. I feel like for a while I'm getting a sense of some sort of a codependency that may have been in the relationship for a bit, whether it was them or you. Again, flip the roles if they should be flipped, but a bit of a codependency where now I feel a bit more of an independency from you, Cancer. You have the wings now, and I think they're accepting that. I mean, that's for some of you, not all of you. Some of you, they may feel like, or you, Cancer, it's like they're a bit grounded for you. They always have the plan, they always have the schedule, whereas you kind of more go with the flow. You kind of daydream a bit. You're a bit more of an idealist thinker, while they're more of a pragmatic thinker. But Cancer, they love you. They love you very much. So if you're feeling like you're doubting that, you may be, you know, questioning that love and thinking a lot about it, wondering how much they do love you. They love you a lot. Okay? But whatever this is, Cancer, you are elevating. You are soaring. And I feel like they see you for that. It's almost as if this is almost like so spiritual, Cancer. Whatever you went through before leading to this, it's like you're awakening to something. And I think even some of you are awakening to this connection. Maybe some of you were a bit flighty about this. Not all. Again, this is general. Some of you may have been like, I don't know if this person's for me. Like, I like to be more spontaneous with my schedule, while this person's more like, we have to do this at this time all the time. And but I feel like you're really understanding that maybe they balance you out for that, Cancer. What is the main factor connecting this relationship? Mid to end September for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But you see the light now. Absolutely, Cancer. I mean, some of you are definitely light workers. But if that doesn't resonate with you, you're just in a very light energy. I think you're a lot happier. And it's not as so much as a relationship, but just with life, you have this really light-hearted energy now. So we have movement and the fledgling, or the fledging. So the fledgling, Cancer, is someone who's very, it's like they're an apprentice at something. They're starting to learn something, but this fire in their heart is growing stronger. And as they realize, I really feel like, Cancer, you're realizing who your love is, who you love. The person I feel like who's connected to you has already felt this love, has always felt this love. And I think you have too, Cancer, but I feel like almost there's this rebirth of passion within you, within this person. This could be someone newer, but I feel like for a lot of you, this is someone that you guys have been connecting with for a long time. Maybe a year, maybe 3 years. But it's as if something started, something sparked, where now it's like there's a new start to this growing passion that's within the relationship. And I feel like you're both learning more and more about each other that is really starting this passion to grow further than what it was before. I feel like you guys are now compromising more of what you both want to do, not just, I feel this energy of one person or the other being like always having to have it be their way, always wanting things to be done their way. But now it's kind of like, look, I want to do this though. Can we do both? Can we make time for both? And it's almost as if this relationship's coming in a new sort of learning, even though you guys could have been together for a long time, but you're learning new ways of how to make this relationship work. And as those new ways implement itself in the relationship, the passion, the love starts to grow more and more. I'm seeing like a fuzzy rug, like a white, furry, fuzzy rug. It could be any color really, but right now I'm just seeing a white one. I don't know if that's in your living room, your bathroom, like a furry rug. Some of you definitely did the dirty on that rug, should I say. But I'm not hating. And movement. Cancer, yeah, there's movement in this relationship because of there's a willing to work together, a willing to compromise, a willing to grow together, a willing to see each other for who you are and learning to work with, you know, it's almost as if, Cancer, you have some pieces to the puzzle, they have some pieces to the puzzle, and as you both contribute, it makes a whole picture. Some of you guys do puzzles. I don't know why I'm getting that. Maybe you guys do puzzles together, I don't know. But it's as if as each of these puzzle pieces get put, there's a more of a lasting connection, and it's moving fast, Cancer. Like, I don't know, I just feel this sort of growing love that is all of a sudden, as time goes by within this time period, it's as if every day you fall in love more and more with this person. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And so we have a 1, and then we have a 2 and a 9 here, which breaks down to 11, which is 111. I mean, new starts, new beginnings, new passions, new feelings that are being brought forth. Even if you, again, if you guys have been dating even for years, I feel like there's something that's new coming into the relationship, and I feel like it's more of compromise, balance. I feel like, Cancer, it's just like maybe, again, it could be vice versa, but I feel like you for a while, maybe it's like you didn't want to rock the boat, you didn't want to make any sort of conflict, so you would just go ahead and just accommodate because it was easier than going up against this buffalo, right? But you're seeing now that, like, in order for this relationship to really work, to really grow, there's gonna have to be compromise. Some of you Cancers have a really good singing voice too, like you're beautiful singers, or you just have a very soothing voice, a very lovely voice that they love. Alright, I mean, some of you guys make good sounds during sex, and they've told you that. They've told you that. like, ooh, I just can't, I love it when you say my name like that, you know, type of thing. Alright, how does Cancer feel about the person? Ooh, Queen of Swords. Yeah, so Cancer, Queen of Swords, I think I got that in your last reading. So, the Queen of Swords upright. I'm just getting the sense of boundaries are being established, Cancer, that maybe they were a bit porous before. You're coming to this clear understanding of, look, in order for this to work, this is what's going to need to be done. This is what's going to be had. If this can't be done, if we can't compromise, if we can't evolve together, I don't know how this is going to work. Because Cancer, you see clearly now. You understand now what makes you happy in a relationship. What makes anyone happy in a relationship. It's not all one-sided. It's something where both of you need to give and take in return. And I'm not feeling so much the energy of, you know, you being the one doing everything for this other person. Not so much as I may have felt with your other readings before. But it's more of the fact of, I'm also just getting a sense of independence, Cancer. Maybe you and this person were like hip to hip and you guys go everywhere together and everyone just sees you two hanging out when it's you two together, and it's like, not that it ever bothered you or even this other person, but I think it's more of an understanding that, look, like, we can do our separate things, we can have our own ideas, but we can still be together, we can still co-create together. And it doesn't have to be that we have to do everything all the time, we don't have to agree all the time, we don't have to, you know, so that's the feeling I'm really getting from this, Cancer, more than anything. And you're staying strong and you're staying firm, and I'm getting the sense of renewed independence, Cancer. Some of you, again, you could be a Gemini, Cancer, Cusper, or you can have air in your chart, Libra, Aquarius. But you feel, some of you, I do have to say this because it's coming up now, some of you are giving someone like a bit of an ultimatum here, like, look, I've compromised enough, and this is almost like a thing where it's like, this is going to have to be done or this isn't going to work, on a more serious note than what I'm getting for another group of you, okay? So take what resonates. Some of you, you kind of are maybe ready to even cut this person out should they not compromise, okay? Again, that's not for all of you. How do they feel about Cancer? 8 of Wands. Cancer, yeah, whatever you did, you lit a spark under their ass. Okay, I don't know what you did, honey, but it's as if, like, okay, shit, Cancer's serious now. And again, I'm not getting an energy of, like, abuse or, like, controlling and possessive. So if that's the case, maybe this reading's not for you. I'm getting more of a sense of just someone that's just very, very strong in their ways, okay? And so whatever you said, whatever you did, whatever you will communicate this time, that's like, look, this is going to have to be done. It's going to spark a fire under their ass. This is fire energy. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. They will be willing to put in the work because, Cancer, they see their dreams with being with you. Honestly, Cancer, I'm getting this feeling of love, deep love. They're thinking marriage, they're thinking family, they're thinking the whole white picket fence package, okay? And so they don't want they don't want you to cut them loose, they don't want you to cut them out, period, Cancer. So they'll be open to more compromise, they'll be opening to communications because they dream of being with you. You're their dream come true. For a lot of you, Cancer. So they're willing to work for this, to go forward with this, to move forward with this. Whatever you need, Cancer, and whatever you express you need in the relationship to work, it will happen. Some of these people could be long distance from you. Not all, obviously. Some. So maybe it's like, Cancer, you're just kind of like, look, we've been at this long distance relationship for so long. When are we gonna like be together physically? And maybe you guys are gonna start talking about moving within like the same city, or even within the same home, moving in together. I don't know if some of you guys go like kayaking, river rafting, boating, sailing. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, because I was picking up on that Capricorn last reading, a sailor in Capricorn's reading. But even Cancer, like I feel like they're maybe even planning a trip with you. You may be traveling, either like end of September, October type of thing, where you're going to go overseas even somewhere. But they're moving forth, Cancer. Whatever you did, honestly, it lit a fire under their ass. I do kind of want to clarify the Queen of Swords super quickly. There we go. The King of Wands. Ooh, yeah, you're definitely dealing with a fire sign for some of you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't know why I just heard Taming the Beast. I don't think... I feel like one of you guys said that. Or have said that before. I don't think you guys mean it in a serious way. But I think you're kind of just like... this. Again, if this is a fire sign, it could be an Aries or a Leo. Because those are kind of more stubborn signs than I see Sagittarius as. Could be a Sag, not ruling it out. But it's as if this person's just so passionate and wanting their way all the time. It's like, you're like, nope, we're going to have some things my way. And that's just it. Or some of you could have fire in your chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and you're passionately expressing exactly what you want. And it's not so lovey-dovey as Cancers usually are. It's more of it's the harder shell of Cancer that's being shown right now. It's not the ooey gooey soft inside of us. I say us because I'm a Cancer, but it's the hard shell of it, of like, look, I want plans with you too, I want dreams with you too, but if you're not willing to compromise, I can't help this dream for you. I can't help make this come true, because it's just, it's just Cancer, you can't. And I feel like it's nothing new to you, me saying to you, you can't, you know this already. It can't always be the other person's way. Alright, let's see what the pros of the connection are. What are the strengths in this connection at this time for Cancer and the person they're dealing with? Eight of Swords and Three of Cups. Okay, so this is on the connections of the pros with Six of Pentacles under the deck. Okay, so with the Six of Pentacles under the deck, with all of these, let me show you. This is what I'm thinking, honestly. With the pros of this, of what the strengths are, I feel like one of you may, again, air energy. One of you guys definitely has air, like, strongly. But you could be dealing with an air sign too. Oh, there's another card. Oh no, that's the Queen of Swords card. Oh no, that's the World card. Okay, yeah, you guys have another card. Makes sense. Okay, cool. This is the World. Again, didn't I tell you guys I saw the World in my mind's eye? Anyway, or the universe, I think I said it in a different deck. When one of you, I feel like one of you struggles with anxiety a bit, or just you guys one of you gets stressed very easily, okay? Whether it's from work, whether it's from family or friends, it's just like sometimes it feels overwhelming, the stress. And it's like sometimes you just feel like staying at home, being in bed, not wanting to do anything, not feeling like you can go out and socialize, go out and, you know, bring fun to, you know, you're just not you're not in the mindset. So when you're feeling like this, though, the person who you're with just brings you out of your shell, Cancer. Kind of like, it's like, look, Cancer, it's okay. Everything's fine. Let's go take our mind off this. Let's go for a walk. Let's go hang out with friends. Let's go to a movie. Let's go, you know, something to bring the fun out of into the situation, Cancer, because you're so stressed sometimes, you're so overworked. Again, it could be vice versa. It could be this person, and Cancer, you're the one that's like, look, let's go out and do something. Let's get our mind off of this. Let's have fun. Let's call up these friends that we love hanging out with, and let's have a barbecue, or let's go get some drinks. And you guys have a lot of fun. Now, with the World card, again, I was feeling that energy, Cancer. You've done a lot of growth, especially for some of you with your anxiety, with your worry and your stress. I feel a lot of you have been doing things to help that stress, whether it's been working out, whether it's been meditating, whether it's been just keeping your mind busy doing other things like puzzles, or video games, or writing songs, or creating. Or some of you guys could definitely be some sort of like artistic expressions, writers, musicians, whatever. Not all. But it kind of is just like, by whoever's doing bringing the fun into someone's life to bring them out of that space, or really doing the work yourself, it's really brought you to this new completion of that old way of thinking, or that old way of being, and bringing you into a whole nother state. So it could be more of a Three of Cups world energy. Some of you are very different from one another. You guys could come from different cultures, different backgrounds, different political beliefs, different religious beliefs. But I feel like, again, it's just part of that, those different parts that bring the puzzle together, that makes it so much more beautiful, so much more unique. I know that sounds corny, but that's just how it's coming out. Okay, I just have to say, some of you guys have partaken in a menage a trois, okay? And if you don't know what that is, go look it up. And I'm not, hating. What is your thing? I kind of want to clarify the World and the Eight of Swords. I'm not feeling this as third party. I feel like some of you guys are like worried about that. I'm not. For the ones I'm picking up on the connections, I am. If it's third party, it's consensual. What is the World doing here? I feel like you both bring each other to this new state of being, to this new state of overcoming. Like, again, once these compromises have been made, once your boundaries have been understood, it's going to bring the relationship to a whole nother level. Nine of Cups. I mean, yeah, everything you wish for in a relationship, Cancer. Nine of Cups is Lex, wish fulfillment. That, some of you are really spiritually connected. It doesn't have to be with a certain religion. You guys very well can be. But it's like as if you've prayed for things, you wish for things, you manifest for a change in the relationship, you manifested new growth in the relationship, a new understanding, and that's coming true, Cancer. And it's through your efforts of establishing your boundaries, establishing what you want in relationships. And it's bringing it to an entire new level. And they don't want to lose you. Absolutely not. And they're willing to make that compromise once you express it, once you make it known. Okay? What is the Eight of Swords doing here? I do feel like it's just some of you guys, or whether it's the people you're connecting with or yourself, it's just you deal with a lot of stress. And you get in your own head a lot. And you worry, but they bring you out of it. You got the High Priestess. Ooh, Cancer. Yeah. So, Cancer, this is strongly what I'm getting from this. This is the Cancerian card. It could also be Pisces. You could have Pisces somewhere in your chart. Cancer, there's a thing where you get too much into your head, or it could be this other person. You could be dealing with another Cancer, another Pisces, or a Pisces. But it's as if you need to listen to your inner knowing, Cancer, when you get in your head, when you get worried, when you get confused, when you get stressed, when you think everything's going to turn out the worst way it can. Most likely that's not the case, Cancer, and you know that deep down. You do. You know that through your intuition, that you are okay, that everything's going to be fine, that it's not everything that seems. But for some reason, it's as if you still sometimes waver that. I need to clarify this more though, because I am hearing secrets revealed. So to me, Cancer, I feel like for some sort of time, I don't know if it's you, Cancer, or someone thinks you may have been keeping secrets about something. I'm not, again, feeling like it's a third party thing. I'm feeling more as a suspicion, maybe from a past relationship where you thought that was the case. But it's like either you or them, it's like they're suspicious about something when deep down you know that that's not the case, but your head, in all the scenarios you play in your mind, you can't help but think of it and it works you up. So why sometimes do you feel like there's secrets? Six of Swords, yeah, because you've been through that, Cancer. Either you or the person involved have been through a really tough time with a relationship before, or with maybe trust issues from your parents or your family members or your friends that you moved away from, and you went to a better light. Yeah, Cancer, honestly, okay, so bear with me. There's multiple signs I'm picking up from this. A lot of air, Cancer. Okay, so for some of you, you guys are afraid that there's something not being said, something that isn't talked about, a secret of some sort. But because this is in the cons and the strengths of the relationship, I feel like secrets are said. Once everything's talked out, these secrets really turn out not to be secrets at all. So you move away from that worry of what are they hiding, what are they thinking, what are they saying, into the light, because this is all exposed. You know, it gets talked about. But Cancer, I have an urge that you need to listen to that inner voice when you have those thoughts in your head. Again, I'm feeling this energy from this person that they really love you. They're not hiding anything, or they don't mean to hide anything. Some of you, this is a case of them not always expressing their emotions, expressing how they feel intuitively with the High Priestess. And so, you know, it worries you because it's like, what are you thinking? You're not saying what you're feeling, so I don't know how to react to this. But then it's like as if you just, once everything's said and done, once everything's uncovered, it takes you out of that place of hurt and, you know, thinking that there's some betrayal going on, into a lighter place of knowing that, oh yeah, everything is fine. I can't help but even compare these two images together, how they're both looking up at the light, right? And I feel like, Cancer, you're coming to this time of getting out of that heavy, negative space and going into a lighter form. Others of you, you guys have been through some relationships where people were betraying you, people were lying to you, people were stealing from you. And you moved away from that, Cancer. You separated yourself from that relationship. Again, vice versa, if it's vice versa. But there was still some hurt there. It was still, it took a long transition to get you out of that relationship, whatever that past relationship was. It hurt, and it took a long time to go to that place of mental peace, mental clarity. But you still can't help sometimes referring back to that relationship. It's kind of similar again to the Taurus reading, so I'd check that out if you have Taurus in your chart, to what that was like and how it felt. But once everything's all said and done, when your worries are assessed and it's been judged, you realize like you should have just listened to what you felt the whole time, not what your mind and ego and fear-based thinking was saying to you. Okay? Yeah. Alright, let's see what the negative aspects of the relationship are. What are the negative aspects during this time? Oops. I always check to see if the deck's upside down. I do read reversals, but if the deck's upside down, then that's not how I like to read them. What are the negative influences or negative things, aspects in this connection between Cancer and the person they're connecting with? Seven of Swords, okay. Yeah, I still feel like it's that thing of, because there's strength at the bottom of the deck, so some of you could be dealing with a Leo, or you could have Leo in your chart. I still am getting this energy though of this thought of someone trying to not really say how they feel, not really say what they have, and have this deceptive type of energy, or this like what you feel is like you're not saying how you feel, you're not saying what you're thinking. But with Strength at the bottom, it's like, Cancer, you or the other person need to realize that you need to tame the beast, is what I was hearing earlier, wasn't it? You know, tame that worry, that fear. I think you guys are in the process of doing that though. From this fear of deception, this fear of lies, this fear of betrayal, sneaking. Some of you, you know very well this person could have done that for a very, very small amount of you, but honestly, I'm not feeling that for the majority of you. I'm feeling like that is just the worry here. But let's go ahead and clarify. But that needs to be handled, that needs to be dealt with strength, with the faith in knowing that this connection's stronger than that, with the faith of overcoming that animalistic tendency to become suspicious and then become angry and then take it out, whatever it is. Again, it could be the other person is very, very easily Cancer, which I feel like is for a lot of you as well. This could be the other person, Cancer, thinking you're sneaky, you're not saying how you feel, you're not communicating what you want in the relationship or whatever. So take how it resonates. Why is the Seven of Swords here for what doesn't work in the relationship? One more. The Tower and the Four of Swords. Yeah, so with the Tower and the Four of Swords, the Tower is a realization. The Tower is some divine intervention, a way of, either it could be a moment or just a spur of a thought of something crashing down, a foundation that wasn't built the right way. To me, with all this combination right now, with the Four of Swords especially, it's like someone in this connection has a very mistrustful nature of people. They don't trust a lot because they've been hurt and they've been through a lot. So because of that mistrustful nature, it's kind of built this faulty tower in the relationship. And this is something that goes on your mind a lot, whether it's you or the other person. A lot of time is spent worrying about, are they deceiving me? Are they playing me? Because it was built on this deceptive foundation of not being able to trust anyone, from whether it was, you know, somewhat justified from past experiences, or if it was just a way of survival for you, Cancer, to just not trust anyone because you've been hurt so many times. I'm going to clarify the Tower even. God, I'm clarifying a lot, Cancer. Yours is juicy. Let's see. Why is the Tower here? Three of Swords. Exactly. Exactly what I was saying. Because there's been a lot of hurt. There's been a lot of betrayal in the past that has kept you anxious, that's kept you worried. For a very small amount of you, this could be the same person, but I'm honestly getting with this time, this is something that's been, and with the clock here, it's been something that has always affected you. You or the person involved, this mistrust, this hurt, this betrayal, and it worries you. Sometimes it's like almost as if some of you guys get bad dreams about what's ever happened to you in the past. I'm so sorry. I for some of you, again, not all of you. But something happened where whatever hurt you in the past, Cancer, it's made you mistrustful of other people. It's made you think people are out to get you, so then forth it applies to this relationship. But really, Cancer, I feel like once these boundaries have been said, talked about, established, you'll no longer be having your mind on this, thinking about this, thinking this is all that's made for you in relationships, but it's going to grow farther, it's going to grow better. This has to fall, Cancer, this holding on to this heartbreak of whatever happened in the past to you, because honestly, I don't feel like that connection's there. Some of you guys could have easily been played in the past, ghosted, just taken advantage of. But I don't feel like this person's out to do that for you, Cancer. Again, it could be vice versa. But this is something you think a lot about. A lot about. Whoever did that to you in the past, it's like as if it's like carrying on to this relationship that you don't have to worry about. Keep that strength, Cancer. Some of you are Leo, Cancer, cuspers. Use that strength energy that Leo has so well, knowing that being optimistic, being strong, being proud, knowing that, you know, cross that road when you get there. If you catch them cheating, then that's when you have the conversations. But don't keep on playing this scenario, or, you know, stay strong through that past where you think over and over again of how someone else played you, how someone else did you wrong, did you dirty. Be stronger, because you're mentally, you deserve so much more than that. You deserve a peace of mind. Alright, Cancer, I'm going to go ahead and take this to the extended where we're going to see the likely outcome and any advice for you. But before we go, let's draw a card here, and this is going to be the energy that the person you're connecting with. I'm going to knock on it because I felt that energy from the past. How they feel about you. How they feel about the connection that you two have with each other at this time. How does this person feel about Cancer? So separation. So some of you, this is what I'm feeling, is that maybe Cancer, before this elevation happens of the world, right? You're feeling a bit disconnected from this person. Some of you are long distance again, and that's what's keeping you guys so apart. I know on the bottom it says, you know, time apart is on the horizon, but I look at the cards in the spread and I come together with what I see and what I feel. A lot of you, they feel like you may want to break up with them, and that you may be ready for something else, be ready for something more with that new independence date. Again, I was getting that energy in the beginning that you may very well cut this person out should they not accommodate to you, accommodate to what your needs are. But really what I'm feeling like is that this person may feel like they're a bit distant from you, Cancer, at this time, whether it's physically or emotionally. Yeah, on the bottom of the deck we have free yourself. Free yourself, I feel like, from this round and round again of this worry, this anxiety, this stress of hurt, betrayal. They're out to get me, they're out to hurt me. Because ultimately that will lead to your separation. I feel like Cancer, they don't want to, again, they see them holding hands. They don't want to leave. They don't want to let you go. They don't want you to they don't want you to let them go. And I feel like free yourself from that worry, from that stress that they're out to hurt you, that they're out to betray you, from whatever's happened to you in the past. Because right now they feel separated from you. They feel distant from you. And they feel on this thing that like maybe you guys may break up from this. But honestly, Cancer, I'm getting from this, all this connection, all this thing is that they do love you. And for that small amount of you where maybe this was the person, the very small amount of you where this person's a bit stubborn, they're uncompromising, and they have done shady things to you, then maybe it is time to let them go. But from this being the whole message of, from what they are bringing on here, and seeing that they don't want to go, Cancer, they just don't want to let you go. They don't want to lose you. And they want you to free yourself from all the past that may have been haunting you, that's bringing you towards this. Whether, again, it's some of you it was like a past love. Others of you it's just betrayals from family members or friends. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and see what the likely outcome of this situation is. Love you, Cancer. I'll see you next time. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe if this resonated with you. Bye, Cancer.